نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Respected viewers and listeners, in our last clip we spoke about the importance of not becoming despondent, not to be overwhelmed by frustration, despondency and despair, because that is not the temperament of the Shariah. And we should always be positive and never become despondent of the mercy and the help and assistance of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we would like to look at ways and means our Sharia has taught us with regard to not being overwhelmed by despondency, frustration and despair. One of the aspects that Islam teaches us a futuristic vision that teaches us that the challenges and in fact even the joy of this world are short-lived. They are temporary. We have to take both the joy and the challenges in that particular perspective. It is short-lived. It is temporary. It is going to come to an end. It's not going to last forever. That is why in one beautiful hadith, our beloved Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam explained it thus, that on the day of Qiyamah, Allah will take a person who, for example, and for the sake of the argument or for the sake of making the point, if you only had ease in this world, and that doesn't happen because even if a person has a comfortable life, there are challenges. And if a person had ease, and he only had ease, if Allah Ta'ala were to dip him in Jahannam and take him out and said, "Oh my banda, did you see any ease?" And he will say, "I never ever saw any ease." And vice versa. If a person only had difficulty, and that also doesn't happen because even if a person has a challenging life, there are glimmer of hope and happiness. But if, for example, that happens, if Allah Ta'ala would dip him in Jannat, take him out, "Oh my banda, oh my bondsman, did you see any difficulty?" That little while in Jannah will say, "Ya Allah, I never ever saw difficulty." So all our difficulties and challenges, we have to look at it in the context of the temporary aspect of this world. The second aspect, amongst others, Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam has taught, "Ajaban li amri al-mu'min." Very wondrous is the affair of the believer. For him, everything is good. In asabathu sarra shakara fakana khayran lahu. If any good comes upon him, he makes shukr. This is good for him. Wa in asabathu darra sabara. And if any difficulty, challenges come upon him, he makes sabr. And sabr not in the way we understand sabr. Sabr in the Arabic language means he perseveres despite the challenge. فَكَانَ خَيْرًا لَهُ. It is still good for him. So if there is good, he makes shukr. If there is something that is challenging, he makes sabr. And both of these things are still good for him. Look at the beautiful teachings that Islam has taught us to look at things in a positive manner. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has also said in a hadith that Inna husna zannam billah min husnil ibadah. Part of good ibadat and worship is to have a good expectation from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In a hadith, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Ana inda zann abdi." I'm according to the expectations and the hope that the banda and the bondsman have about me. If we have a positive expectation from me, it will be positive. And lastly, let me say, in today's brief, message, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Bashira wa la tunaffira, yassira wa la tu'assira." Make things easy, don't make things difficult. Give people glad tidings, don't make people afraid of religion and to hate the deen. A person who is a positive person, who gives people glad tidings, he will be a magnet for people. People love to be around a person who is positive. If a person continuously complains and he is negative, you will find that people tend to stay away from him. Amongst another reason why we should be positive and stay away from negativity.